You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris, brought to you by Sioux Falls Fireworks.org. Dan, how you doing, sir?
Pretty darn good. Thanks for asking. Thanks for caring. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea.
Now I do.
41st President of the United States of America, George H.W. Bush, born this day.
Okay.
And let's see, Anne Frank, born this day in 1929. And then on this day in 1942, for her birthday, she was gifted with a diary.
Oh, nice.
So all comes together.
Crazy.
Diary of Anne Frank.
Pretty amazing. Jim Neighbors.
Golly.
I loved him.
Gomer Pyle, which reminds me, I got up early this morning because that's what I do.
Yeah.
Patrol the area, secure the perimeter.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a neighborhood watch, yeah.
Tuned in, just jumped on a little TV thingy there, scan around. The Andy Griffith show was on.
Oh, yeah.
I went, I'm going to watch this, and it was back-to-back episodes, and I did because it's just a matter of maybe another couple days before somebody decides, well, wait a minute, Andy Griffith and Barney Fife were law enforcement, so they'll have to pull that show.
Probably will.
Probably.
Yeah. It's too bad. I'm watching it on Netflix right now, too.
Speaking of Law and Order, 1931, Al Capone is indicted on... The paperwork must have been crazy. Indicted on 5,000 counts.
Holy cow.
of prohibition stuff and perjury.
And tax evasion, too, wasn't it?
5,000 counts. They finally got him on tax evasion.
Yeah.
That is correct, sir.
One of those will stick.
It was 1981. You know where you were. You were probably going to the theater. Indiana Jones makes his big screen debut.
Great movie.
The premiere of Raiders of the Lost Ark. And this was interesting. I was watching The Big Bang Theory quite a while ago, and it was brought up. One of the characters said, because those people, they're all geeks about Indiana Jones, Star Wars, and all that. And she's telling, who is it, Sheldon, here's the deal. That movie would have ended exactly the same without Indiana Jones.
Huh.
And I'm thinking this through, and I'm going, wow, she's correct.
Wow.
The Nazis would have found the Ark. The Nazis would have opened it and all been just blown away.
So he wasn't necessary.
He wasn't, and Sheldon was just devastated.
You know
because
what?
It's the right answer.
He's a lot more fun to watch than the Nazis anyway. So
it was 1960, and this is little hometown history here. KORN, Corn TV, Channel 5 out of Mitchell starts broadcasting.
You know what they are today, Heidi?
I don't.
For $1 million? From Dan?
KDLT,
Yeah.
Mitchell, Sioux Falls, ABC affiliate here in town. So, 1960.
NBC.
I have ABC in my notes, John, but we can argue all day.
It's okay.
If they switched affiliates, I don't know.
That's all right.
It was just
they're in the same camp now as the other ones because now they're all
asking,
Dakota News now.
He pushes back on me regardless of
Dan, accuracy
It can
matters.
be the most trivial thing.
It's just that accuracy
We don't
matters.
need complaint calls about what network affiliates they
I
are.
want that.
They'll shut us down.
They probably would. You're at the tower right now with pitchforks.
Well, now I'm wondering, because I have ABC. What is KDLT? It is NBC. You're right.
And
You're
ABC
right.
is KSFY.
So remember, I started working with KDLT back in the late 80s, early 90s when Steve Herman was actually
good guy,
the general manager over there. And you're right. Back then it was must-see TV.
Yeah, you hear Steve
Back when
Herman
it was good TV.
on Sunny once in a while talking about the coffee news. That's what he's up to these days.
NBC. Okay. All right. I stand corrected.
Well, thank you very much for that report, Dan.
Go out to my car, get yourself a cookie there, John.
Somewhat accurate. Appreciate you listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour
Big Newton's in the console.
with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxFallsFireworks.org.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning there, Smalls.
Okay.
I'm excellent. Thanks for caring there, Jimmy. Hey, Heidi.
Ranger
Hey,
Dan.
Heidi. You know, I was thinking, taking a look at you there. It seems to me if you were a steak, you would be well done. Gosh, who doesn't like a meat-based pickup lines? You know,
PETA members probably.
well, Radio Rangers, that brings us to our little lesson for today, a little critter knowledge that we gather around the radio, and here we go. Speaking of meat, did you know that most critters are made of meat? It's true.
Yeah.
Sure, you're
Most of 'em.
probably familiar with, you know, the obvious meat-based animals like your basic cow. They're pretty much made of meat. Pigs, got a lot of meat going on there, including bacon, which, of course, you need, little rangers, for a healthy, balanced diet now. Chickens are also generally composed of meat and, of course, eggs, which are really nothing but shells full of liquid meat.
Yeah.
But did you know that bears, deer, squirrels, rabbits, otters, raccoons, nature's little trash bandits, and even some possums are pretty much made out of meat. And most birds, too, which a lot of bird experts think there could be hundreds of them. But you're thinking to yourself, hey, Ranger Dan, what about fish? Well, gosh darn it, little
yeah.
rangers, fish are not made of meat.
Really?
Seafood.
They're made of fish. It's right there in the name. And that's also why they smell like fish.
That explains it.
Science! Well, that's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. I sure hope you learned something. I know I sure as heck did. Remember what we'll say, what doesn't kill you makes stronger, except for bears and murder hornets. Those will kill you every time. This is Ranger Dan. Out, say it with me. Yes!
Yes, sir.
Each month you have these things called bills. They have to be paid. It's part of being an adult, not the fun part, but it's important. So if you can find a way to cut some of these expenses, it makes that bill day a little better. At InsuranceChicken.com, we'd like to help. Our site allows you to see what several different companies have to offer, all in one place. Check out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris, and he's in the studio right now with his Water Cooler Talk, locked and loaded and ready to go.
Well, you know, we're going to delve back into the world of pot.
Oh, okay.
Weed, Mary Jane, bud, ganja.
I've heard of that stuff.
The devil's lettuce. I haven't seen any of the promotional goodies yet, none of the campaign, but a campaign kicked off on Wednesday in the state. Marijuana legislation advocates spend a little do-re-mi to convince South Dakota voters to legalize both medical and recreational marijuana in the November general election. Now, South Dakota, where marijuana is currently illegal, would be the first state to approve both medical and recreational at the same time. Normally it starts with the medical thing and then just kind of branches out. Now, voters passed the initiatives on the November ballot. Now, in a solidly conservative state, what we are, the proposals may serve as an indicator of how much opinions on marijuana have changed as states across the nation move to legalize that drug. It is still technically outlawed by the federal government. It's been a strange road.
Yeah, it is.
It's been strange.
Bizarre.
Federally, it's illegal, but state by state, they're going, okay, Colorado is stoned to the bone, other parts of the country. Yeah, and, you know, here's my only take on it. I personally, no. I will vote no on the legalization of recreational marijuana. On the other hand, I think laws do need to be addressed as far as putting people in jail and imprisoning people, blah, 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 when it's all, you know, marijuana charges. You know, it's a precarious dance is what it is, but it'll be super interesting to see what happens in November on this vote.
So when is that? That's the general election.
That is the general election.
Tuesday of November.
Yeah, and again, the different thing here in South Dakota is they're going for the double shot. It's going to be medical
so will it be
and
on the
recreational.
Same, that won't be two different votes, or would it be two
It would
different?
be two different votes,
okay.
I'm sure. Yeah.
So is the one vote is there?
Well,
and
it's
they're
just
like,
listed here as, I believe, I want to say Amendment A, so maybe they are
Maybe
combined.
it is all in one vote. Oh,
Might be.
wow.
Yeah, and as usual, when going to the polls, you can always find a sample ballot.
Yeah.
And when it comes to amendments, read them very carefully because they're
Absolutely.
generally drafted by lawyers. And it's like, well, if I vote no, I mean, that really means yes. But if I vote it can get kind of confusing. So just, do your research, do your homework, and go with what you know.
9 times out of 10, I vote no on amendments, period, just because I think it ain't broke right now. So why are we going to mess with it? So most of the time, I vote no.
Yeah, it was interesting because we had a little primary thing. Was it a couple Tuesdays ago? There's some city council stuff going on, and there were a couple amendments.
There were a couple. I voted
and
no on both.
But one of them said, do you think the person representing your district should actually have lived in that district at least 6 months prior to that election?
Yeah.
That just made sense to me.
Yeah.
So I did vote, you know what? Yeah, if they're going to
I
represent.
guess I don't know
Did
why
that
that
pass?
wasn't
I don't
already
remember
a
what that-
thing.
I don't know what's going on. They're still counting ballots.
Are they so-
Yeah, if it's a mess.
There was somebody. There
The whole
was
thing's a
There
mess.
was Russian collusion, and
Russia was meddling?
things were said, mistakes were made,
Russians.
shots were fired. It's pandemonium.
I had read that Rapid City had colluded in our election, so it was Russia. Okay.
It was Russia.
That's probably better.
Could be worse. I'm old enough to remember when Sisseton got their claws into
Oh, yeah.
French.
the French.
Well, Dan, thanks for coming in with that little news update there.
Yeah, I'm sure glad I could muddy the waters, John. It's what I do.
I am utterly confused. It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by SiouxFallsFireworks.org. 2020 has become quite an interesting year.
Many people have been cooped up for way too long.
We're excited to join hundreds of friends for a fun time in Cancun this October.
Hear awesome music from Belinda Carlisle, Cheap Trick, Billy Idol, and many more.
The seance is at the end of October, and we are ready for a vacation. I hope you will join us.
We've been to this event for many years, and it is so much fun.
Get more information and reserve your spot at radiotravelgroup.com.
That's radiotravelgroup.com.
Time now for a bright spot of news brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. It is going to be a busy weekend, and it looks like we're going to have beautiful weather for the weekend as well. So first of all, let's talk about what's going on tomorrow night. It is the 9th anniversary at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, and you can join us for fireworks at Grand Falls to celebrate their 9th anniversary. They do a really, really nice fireworks show. If you come out to Grand Falls, and you can even just sit in the parking lot and watch if you want. So if you're saying, hey, I'm bringing kids, I can't go into the casino, you can just sit in the parking lot and watch it. And you'll be able to turn on your radio and listen to the fireworks music on your radio as well. We're actually going to be setting up a little small transmitter there. So if you get out there, follow us on the Sunny Radio Facebook page. You'll get all the details on how to tune in for the fireworks music. And we'll be doing a broadcast on Sunny Radio as well. So we'll be telling you on Saturday night. So as you come out there, we'll get all that set up and tell you all the details. Then on Sunday, we have Flag Day, and we're celebrating Flag Day at Shipwreck Bar and Grill in, it's a lake just northwest of here. It's just outside of Chester, South Dakota, but the lake is Lake Brant or Brant Lake, and they're doing the first ever Flag Day flotilla. And what a flotilla is, it's like a floating parade. And if you have a boat, you are welcome to enter your boat in this parade free of charge. And if you don't have a flag, that's okay. Maximum Promotions in Sioux Falls, they're going to be bringing a whole bunch of flags with them on Sunday, for Flag Day. And this is all happening, again, at the Shipwreck Bar. So you can just stop by, and if you get there at like 11:30, you can pick up your flag, and the actual flotilla parade starts at 1. So if you're just looking for something to do on Sunday, you can come up to Lake Brant and just be a spectator as well. Sit there on the shore and watch what we hope to be a beautiful Flag Day flotilla parade floating past. And we have no idea how many boats there will be total. He's got several hundred flags, so there's room for bunches of boats. So if you've got a boat and you want to join us for that, just stop by this Sunday. Again, all the details on this on our Facebook page, facebook.com/sunnyradio and facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. You'll find all the details for both of the events that I just talked to you about. So again, to recap, tomorrow night, we've got fireworks at Grand Falls Casino and Golf Resort, and that's tomorrow night at dusk. If you come out and join us, it'll be a really good time. And also, while you're out there, if you can, stop inside, go to the resort club, and give them $10, and they'll give you $10 in free slot play, so you can go over and play and hopefully win a bunch of money. But those $10 go to the Sioux Falls fireworks, and that event is coming up on the 4th of July, so you can get all the details on that at SiouxFallsFireworks.org. But then, like I said, again, tomorrow, fireworks at Grand Falls, and that is just east of Sioux Falls, like 5 minutes east of Sioux Falls. And again, all the details on our Facebook page. And then again, Sunday, Flag Day Flotilla. So, like I told you, busy weekend. A lot of stuff going on, which is awesome because for a while there, every weekend, I was sitting here at home with nothing to do, and boy, it was really just kind of sad. So I'm really glad that things are happening again. We got events happening, people out doing stuff, and we're super excited to see more and more and more things. One reminder here, yesterday we gave away a bunch of tickets to Aaron Tippin. He's going to be in Sioux Falls for a concert at the end of this month. He's a country musician. If you did not get a chance to sign up to win, going to be giving away more tickets this afternoon, and you can register right now at sunnyradio.com. Click the Win Awesome Prizes button at the top of the page. And again, this has been our Bright Spot of News, brought to you by our good friends at Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls.
Small businesses are the heart of our community. As things get back to normal, I hope you'll go out of your way to do business with locally owned businesses in your area. We've been so pleased with the response of our gift card challenge that we're gonna keep this going. If you can, buy an extra gift card. You can use it yourself or give it to someone who needs a little help right now. When you buy a gift card, remember to post a photo on social media with hashtag giftcardchallenge. Learn more at giftcardchallenge.org.
And it's time right now for a little bit of entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Let's give it up. I love this story just because I have had the honor, the pleasure of meeting this man, Garth Brooks.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks doing something a little different, something a little cool. Garth Brooks is coming to a city near you,
Really?
but in a way that you wouldn't expect.
Is this the YouTube thing or the
No.
Netflix thing?
He's doing a concert at 300 plus drive-in theaters later
super
this
cool.
month.
That's neat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's happening, let's see here, June 27th.
Okay.
300 drive-in theaters across the country.
And they're going
That's
to be
neat.
digitally streaming his concert?
Tickets go on sale June 17th through Ticketmaster.
Okay.
It's $100 a vehicle.
Oh, wow.
$100 pop. So, again,
You fit
go
like
back to your old drive-in
10
days.
people in there?
Yeah, you put your buddy Lenny in the trunk.
Is Lenny still in the trunk?
Lenny might be. I felt so bad about that. We were talking about drive-ins a few weeks ago. It's like, God, did we ever let Lenny out? Did we let Lenny out?
Well, you haven't heard from him in a while.
Sure we did. No, Lenny actually runs a cab company out of Oakland, California.
Oh, very
Which
cool.
is really strange considering he was a terrible driver.
Well, that's awesome. I think that'll be a neat, a neat thing.
So I wanted to check, because, we do have some drive-ins around Sioux Falls area.
Mitchell and Laverne, yeah.
To see where all this stuff is going to be, but they are not actually releasing drive-in locations, city locations, until Monday. So I'll jump on it Monday and give you an update. I did look because I figured you were going to ask, John, because you're always riding me, man. You're just
Do
riding
you
me.
think that sounds like a lot of money for a car to watch a thing on a screen? I think that sounds like a lot.
I think they'll do well. It'll do well.
Do you think so?
Oh, yeah. Think about
Garth Brooks.
one of the best concerts of all time.
Concerts have become, depending on the shows. I used to go to concerts a lot, but I was spoiled because being in radio, I never paid for a show.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
And so the first time I actually had to buy a concert ticket, I went,
I know.
what?
I know.
It's like, I really want to go to this. Wow, that's a lot of money for a ticket.
Hey, geez, I think what's on Hallmark tonight? Holy cats.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm thinking about this. I was like, if it were me,
it's
I'd
cool.
be like, I
But that's the
don't
going
know.
rate. It's kind of a unique deal. And
Somewhere you'd pay more than that for one ticket to go see him on stage.
I guess
so.
my big question is the technology of it. Are you going to have to use those, those sad little
you do it through
speakers on the
speaker.
posts?
You do it in your car.
Tune into a radio
Yeah.
station number now.
I haven't been in a long
you
time.
dial in. So, yeah, we'll have to see if there's a showing in this neighborhood around here.
Yeah, like I say, they're releasing locations on Monday, so I'll jump back into it and see what's going on.
The closest drive-ins are Laverne and Mitchell, but I don't know if they'll be at either of those. But we'll have to, we'll get an update. Dan, thank you very much for your report, sir.
Sure thing. I feel better about myself. And,
Something that kind of tags on to what you're talking about there, the Garth Brooks. On Netflix, there's a special about Garth Brooks, and it's him like doing interviews and stuff, and he talked about how he first came to hear the song "The Dance."
Great song.
And the gentleman who wrote the song at the time was stocking shoes at like a Foot Locker. And Garth Brooks had, kind of a not great job as well. And he wasn't the Garth Brooks everybody knows today. He was just in a bar and he heard this guy singing. And he went over and he said, "Hey, if I ever get a record deal, I want to record that song." And the guy said, "Okay." And then he says, it's amazing who you can meet and what they can do to change your life. Like, what a difference that dude's life has made because some guy in a bar heard him singing a song that he wrote.
Know. You just never know.
So, very, very cool.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to get discovered, but,
I'm thinking the Ranger Dan theme song, because you helped write that. I'm thinking that might be your ticket to the bigs.
That. It's a doozy.
Yeah.
It's a doozy.
It is indeed. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris, brought to you by Sioux Falls Fireworks.org.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, the 12th of June. What began as a mild pullback in prices Thursday morning gained momentum throughout the day to shave more than 5% off the broad market. Thursday's action is the worst day the market has seen in nearly 3 months and may be an indication of more losses to come. The move was sparked by the fear the economic reopening will be marred by rising COVID counts that could lead to another shutdown. While Thursday's action is bearish, investors are warned not to read too much into the sell-off. This week is triple witching options expiration, which is enough itself to have caused the selling. On a technical basis, the S&P 500 was able to hold the 30-day moving average, which often acts as a near-term support level. The risk now is that support won't hold. If not, the S&P 500 could slip to 2,800 or lower over the next few weeks. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.